What's up? It's your favorite gaming ninja, Dark Shinobi, and man, it's been an amazing week, an amazing day. Been having some amazing streams, so now I'm bringing you an amazing YouTube video. I'm about to show you the best keybinds you can possibly have for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds if you're using a Razer Tartarus and a Naga Hex Razer mouse. So, I was lucky enough to be donated this Steam game called PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, by a very cool and amazing streamer. His name is Ninja Bits. I have to remember to put that on screen or in the description. Go follow him, cool guy, and I appreciate him for donating this game to me. So, myself, I don't play shooters on PC. Destiny, Call of Duty, Battlefield, all on console. Xbox One. So, I had to think, how am I going to play this game? I just can't do keyboard. You have to move your hand here. You have to know. No. So, I have a Razer Tartarus. I've been using it in the past for different games like Diablo 3, Guild Wars 2, Skyrim, before had my Bluetooth custom controller. So now I'm playing PUBG and I have an amazing keybind set I want to show you guys, and also a couple of tips and tricks you can use for weapon swap. So let's get right into this. So first we're going to go over the Razer Tartarus. This you can find on their site or at like Best Buy for $79.99. I'm pretty sure that's the same amount I brought mine for in 2015. I had a Razer Nostromo back in 2012. And it's basically the same thing but updated. And they even make ones with chroma in them. You can change the colors and everything like that. So, but $79.99, you can't beat that, and I'll show you why. If you don't know what it is, it basically allows you to macro the buttons of this device to anything you want that's on your keyboard. And you can set up macros like Shift Z, Shift Alt G, whatever. And you can have them timed. I mean, it's programmable. This is a button. This is directional buttons. This is your space over here. I mean, I'm not going to go through the whole page, but I mean, if you pause, I'm going slow enough where you can pause and read these specs. So this isn't a review of the Razer. This is a keybind for PUBG. So check this out. If you suck with using the keyboard and you want to get this shooter, because it's one of the most streamed games on Mixer right now, it's very, very fun. I played it for the first time today. I played 13 matches, got 4 kills total, but it's so fun. It's like if you die, you get to start another match in like 10 seconds. I mean, it's an amazing freaking game. So if you want to play that, but you don't want to wait for it to come on console like me, because I don't want to wait till November, I want to play it now, and I use this. So I'm going to show you the keybinds. I'm going to make this quick. I'm going to try not to ramble, because I have 2 other videos to get out for you guys. Okay, so now that we have the game open right next to Razer, it can do this. So let's go left to right. So escape is to open our game menu. Go to settings, etc. I use that for every game. And so we have our Q and E, which, to be honest, 13 matches I played, I never used it. It's to peek around corners. So this is the peek left, this is the peek right. So I kept those in the same place that they would be on the keyboard. WASD, of course. We have Z. This is the prone. This is your prone key up here. You're going to want B here. That is to change your firing mode. So if you want to go to single shot, burst fire, or auto. Moving past the WASD, we have C right here. Now, originally this was on our mouse. This is the crouch. No, actually, originally it was our side button. Then we changed it to our mouse. Then we changed it here. This was originally interact. The reason I'm telling you that is to let you know I've gone through these keys, and I might have only played 13 matches, but I knew my biggest fear about this game was not being able to control my character and my menus and stuff. So trust me, I paid attention to every single thing and what was the best place for these keys. So we have our C right here. This is a crouch, and you do have to take your finger off of strafe and right, but you don't have to stop movement completely. Moving down to the next line, we have our shift. That is, you're pretty much holding your pinky down in order to sprint. And also left shift is to hold your breath when you're sniping. So when we're sniping with our mouse, we can press our pinky over here when we're in prone position or whatever, and we can hold our breath. So that's a perfect place, so we kept that as it is. We disabled this button here. We don't have any use for it right now. We made this V, which is your toggle your POV. So to go from third person to first person, it was originally here, but we needed a better place to put our map in a quicker place. So you just drop down your pointer to the map, and that's easier than dropping down your index or your middle finger way up here to come down here to open up your map. And you use your map more than toggle, at least I do. So we have our third and first person here, we got our map here, and then our last spot is I for inventory. So that's how you open up your inventory real quick while you're in your menus. Our side buttons, we have this is reload. So it was originally crouch, and then it was originally crouch, and reload was on our mouse, our third button right here. But reloading with the mouse was just too complicated because I would press it in, hit another mouse button with the bottom of my thumb, and then I would not need crouch as much, or hit the side and then accidentally jump, and then it takes you out of crouch. So this is now reload. It's easy to press, it's right there, and crouch is close, so it's all one hand. So that's movement and that's reload. Right here we kept it as space, that's the jump, so you just click down real quick. We disabled these so they don't get in our way. That's usually what I do for every game except Diablo. I have every direction is to heal. So if I get in trouble, I just hit it anywhere and I heal real quick. Now we're going to move over to our Razer Naga Hex mouse. So our top view right here, right click remains the same, so that's your targeting, that's your aim down the sights. Scroll click, so scroll click remains the same, but in game a scroll click is weapon 5. Weapon 5 is your grenade. So so when you want to select your grenade, all you have to do is scroll click and then left click normally to throw it, aim and throw it. Our button here, which is listed as 5, is F. That's our interact. I mainly use that button on all my other profiles over here to open up windows. So no matter what screen I'm on, I can open up windows and go between my apps. But I'm gonna have to sacrifice that because that button's really easy to hit. So I made it our interact key. It was over here, but it was just too much. I would have to stop to interact. I was pausing too much. I would get to a door, I would stop, look for the button, or even if I didn't look, it was just too much of a pause. When I want to go up to a door, I want to use this hand to my left hand with the Razer Tartarus to move around and not worrying about activating anything or shooting anything or reloading anything except the thumb on the side. And I use my mouse to, if I'm using my mouse to look around, then I might as well use it to interact with the stuff I'm looking around at. So it just makes more sense. So back to the Razer Naga Hex. That is our interact button, which is F. The button behind it, which is a little bit harder to hit, is going to be something that we don't need all the time, and that is 3. And our 3 key is pistol. So all the buttons mainly are in the game are the same, but I'm going to show you which ones are different, why they're different, and how to change them. So our 3 key is, I'm looking at my notes, is pistol. So that's the top. I kept this as scroll up, scroll down. At one point I had to put this as 1 and put this as 2, so when I scrolled up it would automatically bring out my weapon number 1, and when I scrolled down it would automatically bring out my weapon number 2. The problem I had with that is I can no longer scroll in my menus. And then when I was out of the game and tried to type in chat on Mixer, if I went to scroll up in chat, I was actually typing a 1 or 2 in chat. So that doesn't work. So I found a way to keep this scroll up, scroll down, and in game, as you can see here, nope, as you can see here, mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down. Now if you think you can go in the game, click on this and scroll mouse wheel up, it's not going to work. It's actually going to scroll your menu, so you can't actually choose that. But I'm going to show you how to do that. That's why this is open in the back. So that's the front. Now our side buttons. Our number 1 key, which is down, is going to be closer to your desk or whatever you're using, is 7, which is a med kit. The one right next to it on the bottom, so all your keys on the bottom, your 2 on the bottom are the ones that can heal you the most, so they're easier to, you know where they're at, and you don't accidentally hit them. I accidentally hit my this side, 3, 5, and 6 by accident. So I have to purposely put my finger down here to heal. So, because I don't want to heal out of order and waste something or stop, pause. So, med kit, and then this here is first aid. Then if you move to the top, this is bandages. Our 9 key. And this is 0, which is a boost item like painkillers, energy drink, etc. Whatever your boost item is. 5 we changed to 4, which is melee. I'm not going to throw out, if I got 2 weapons and a pistol, I'm not throwing out no melee. So I don't need it as often, so I put it in the back because that's the hardest to reach. I actually have to move the tip of my thumb off of this button. This button is where you rest your thumb, so I have to physically or actively think to move my finger back to hit that 5 key. Our 2 is disabled because we don't need it. So those are the keys, but not to just leave you out there and wondering why. Let's get into the game. Now, in order to change these, you have to change next weapon and previous weapon. Change next weapon to period and previous weapon to comma. You have to do that before you do what I'm about to show you next with this. You have to, because if you change this, it will not save. And it took me 5 or 6 tries to get it to work in the save. So make sure your next weapon is period, your previous weapon is comma. Why? Because you'll never press those. Weapon 5, you're going to click on that. You're going to hit the middle mouse scroll button as a click, if you have it, hopefully. If you're using the Razer Naga mouse, you're going to hit that so it's a middle mouse button. That is your grenade. And I'm pretty sure that that's it. So now, the most important part. You waited long enough, right? In order to do a perfect weapon swap, we already have buttons for pistol. We have a button for melee. So we need our first and second weapons, right? So you don't want to have to scroll previous weapon, next weapon, because if you were on the second weapon and you scroll down, it's going to go to your pistol. You scroll again, it's going to go to your grenade. Why not have up be 1, down be 2? How do we do that? First, again, next weapon, period, previous weapon, comma. Get that out the way now. Alright, you're going to want to bring up your window key. Type in File Explorer Options. You're going to want to click on View. Trust me, you have to do this, because otherwise you won't be able to see what I'm about to show you. It's going to be hidden. You're going to want to go right here that says Hidden Files and Folders. Click on Show Hidden Files, Folders, and Drives. Hit Apply. Go to OK. Now that you've done that, go into your C drive. Click on Users. Click on your name or your administrator name. your username, go into app data, click on local, click on TSI game, click on saved, click on config, click on Windows no editor. Then you're going to click on game user settings. Once you do that, it's going to bring up this window here. You're going to want to scroll over till you see action name weapon 1. We're changing weapon 1, right? It says keys. In these parentheses, these two parentheses after keys, it's going to say key equals, type mouse scroll up. Action name weapon 1, mouse scroll up. Right after it is action name weapon 2. Key equals, mouse scroll down. So once you've done that, you file save, you exit, when you come in the game, this will be changed. And that's how I got it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you. Again, these are the best keybinds right now for Razer Tartarus and the Razer Naga Hex mouse for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It's your favorite gaming ninja, Dark Shinobi. And until next time, over and out.